Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I'm back in the video, and today I'm going to be talking about why the Miami Heat could be the future of the NBA. Now, in this video, I'm going to be getting into multiple things. I'm going to be getting into multiple reasons how I think they are in prime position to dominate the NBA going into the future, and how I think they could potentially, if they stick together, be the team that is like the next, like the big dog on top, like the perennial finals favorite for years to come. And I really do think that Miami could be that team and could be a very, very intimidating team for everybody in the league going into the future. So I'm be getting into all that in this video, and if you do like the video at any point, hit the like button and subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. And without further ado, without worming on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna be getting into for this video is going to be like how in a unique situation they're in, because a lot of teams can say, yeah, they have a young core, quote unquote, they have a young talent, but nobody can say that they have as much young talent at as high of quality that the Miami Heat do. The Miami Heat, although they don't have like their entire team isn't like 20-year-olds just out of college, but they do have 4 or 5 of them that are legit all-star level players. So I mean, the young talent that they have is just absolutely ridiculous. The list of young talent that they do have consists of Bam Adebayo, Kendrick, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, all of which have shown tons and tons of potential beyond many young players in this draft. I mean, in this league. Bam Adebayo just made his first All-Star game and only his 2nd year playing in the NBA. He is legitimately in the most improved contention. I don't think he will get it because of how much Brandon Ingram improved, and I know there's someone else, but I'm just forgetting them right now. But Bam Adebayo is in the contention for the most improved player, but he also, like I said, made an All-Star team and will most likely be an All-NBA type player this year. He might make All-NBA 2nd team. I would not be surprised at all if he does end up making one of those teams. Tyler Hero, he's going to make an all-rookie team. He already shouts superstar, the swagger he plays with, the confidence that he has, how good of a shooter he is, and how streaky he can be. He just screams superstar, and I would not be surprised if we're talking about him as one of the best shooting guards in the league one day in the NBA. Kendrick will also most likely make an rookie team. He went undrafted and is looking like the steal of the draft. He's already one of the best scorers on this very talented Miami Heat team. And for an undrafted rookie to be the starting point guard, but not only a starting point guard, a legit like upper echelon starting point guard in the NBA is extremely impressive. And then even Duncan Robinson has shown like Klay Thompson like abilities of shooting. Duncan Robinson is an absolute sniper from the 3-point range, and he's going to be one of those role players that you need to help you in the playoffs. And if Duncan Robinson gets hot, it's going to be a long night for whoever's guarding him, because he is not going to miss. So I mean, that just shows you how good this team is. So if you just take their young talent alone, that team is a playoff team. I really do think if you have a team just of Bam, Tyler Hero, Kendrick Duncan Robinson, add another role player, boom, that's a playoff starting 5. No question about it, in my opinion. So I mean, it is very impressive to see how good this young talent has. But not only do they have young talent, they have 2 legitimate stars. Now, the bare minimum that you need to be a legit finals contender in this league is 2 stars. And Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler are just that. Jimmy Butler, I'm pretty sure everybody knows he's a lockdown defender, one of the best defenders in the league. He can score the ball. He's just an all-around very good player. But what a lot of people don't know with Bam Adebayo is just as well-rounded as anybody in the NBA. Bam Adebayo, in only his 2nd year in the NBA, is averaging 16 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, 5.1 assists per game, 1.3 blocks per game. So he is a big man that can score, rebound, pass the ball, and protect the rim. He does pretty much everything you need your center to do. And when you have 2 players like that, Jimmy Butler, who can give you more points and score like he can, plus lock down the other team's best wing player, and then another player in Bam Adebayo who can lock up the paint and guard any big man that the Heat need him to, well, that is going to be a very dangerous combination in the playoffs, and it's going to be very scary, and it will be one of the more underrated duos in the entire NBA, especially if this team stays together for another 2 or 3 years, because I think Butler can play at an all-star level for about another 1, 2, maybe 3 years. So 2 years down the line, when Bam Adebayo is probably averaging around 20 points, 13 rebounds, probably around 5 assists and 2 blocks a game, and Jimmy Butler still giving you around 15 points and being a good defender, that team is going to be very impressive, especially when you consider all the development that Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, and Duncan Robinson are going to be able to go through, and that's not even accounting for any signings they make or any other players they pick up in the draft. So this team is legitimately, like, they have everything you need. They have young talent, they have good role players, they have star level players, everything you need to be legit contenders in this team. And another very big thing that's not really what they did, but it's just kind of how the chips fell, the timing of when this team is going to bloom. Well, the teams like the Lakers, the Clippers, those two teams are the big dogs in the NBA. I think you can easily say those are the two biggest favorites to win the NBA titles, and then you have the Milwaukee Bucks and everybody else under them. So yeah, I think those two teams are definitely the big dogs. Well, the Lakers have, what, 3 years max left of them being legitimate contenders? Because, I mean, LeBron is not God. He's eventually going to regress. I don't know when he's going to do it, but eventually the dude has to start regressing. It's just, it has to happen. I mean, I don't see a world where he just continues this for the next 5-6 years. So yeah, I entirely plan on LeBron at least regressing a little bit, which will hurt the Lakers a lot. And I mean, no telling what can happen to them over the years. And the Lakers, I just don't see them sticking around for the long term. The Clippers, I just don't see Paul George and Kawhi sticking together long, especially if they're not winning championships. If they're not winning championships, I highly doubt that Paul George is going to want to stay as the second best player on a team when he could legitimately be the best player on a very, very good team. And maybe even the best player on a finals contending team if you put the right pieces around him. It would be very, very close. So with that being said, I don't see the Clippers staying around for the long term either. Well, the Miami Heat just so happen to have Tyler Hero on a rookie contract, Duncan Robinson on a rookie contract, Bam Adebayo with 2 years left on his rookie contract, and then Jimmy Butler, who I just signed with the Miami Heat, so he has a few years left on his contract as well. So the timing is this team is going to develop. Oh yeah, Kendrick Nunn as well, but he's not on a long-term deal. They're going to have to re-sign him. But so all this young talent that they're going to be able to keep for the next few years, for the foreseeable future, is going to be developing and getting better, while the Lakers and Clippers, the big dogs, are getting worse. So the Miami Heat are going to be growing and getting even better, while the Lakers really can only get worse unless they make a great draft choice or make a huge trade. So with that being said, I could easily see the Miami Heat starting to hit their stride, hit their prime right around when everybody else in the league that's currently good is regressing, which will make them the new big dogs and legit finals contenders. And it would be very, very fun to see if that is how things work out, if they're able to keep this young roster together. So just in recap of what we said so far, basically the Miami Heat, I mean, they could potentially dominate the NBA. I mean, they have good young talent that, I mean, has shown nothing but promise so far, and I mean, 2 of them at least have all-star potential. Another one has all-NBA potential, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they develop. They have legitimate stars already on the roster, and the timing is just working out for them as well, and it's just looking like everything is lining up for them to be have a very successful run coming in the future. So I think the Miami Heat's future is extremely bright, and if you're a Miami Heat fan or really a fan of the NBA, what do you think the Miami Heat are going to look like in the future? On your thoughts in the comment section below. If you did like the video, and point to the like button and subscribe button when you enroll to me, and I hope you have a blessed day, because I have a blessed day, so you need to have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Boo. Blah.